What's up everybody, Dazed here, back with another Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2 video, and with DLC 13 dropping last week and us getting Super Saiyan God from the free update, it is time for some Super Saiyan God builds. This build right here is going to be a male Saiyan strike build, so that is going to gear all around strike attacks and basic attack. Look forward to some other videos. I will be redoing my male Saiyan balance build to use Super Saiyan God and take full advantage of that, so stay tuned for that. Also, when you're done with this video, check out the links in the description because there will be links to my Super Saiyan God versus Super Saiyan Blue test and just the Super Saiyan God skill test, so you guys can learn all the ins and the outs of using this transformation. This build will include everything from how to make the character, Super Souls, QQ Bangs, sample move set, and also the stats, so make sure you stay around to the end because I will also be showing off the insane damage that you can get off this build. You guys don't want to miss that, so do make sure you stay through to the end. So the first thing we're going to be talking about is initially making your character. Where does it need to be? Now, this is what I put it at. As far as height goes, this is really up to you where it's at. You get, like, I think you get 100% health and speed. If you go up, you get more health, you lose some speed, and if you go down, you lose some health and gain more speed. Body type has to be all the way to the right because this will help max out our basic attack damage and also our strike supers, and that is the goal of this. For those of you who are newer, if you have it right in the middle and you go to the left, you're going to get +3 to your key attacks and -3 from your strike, and vice versa. That's why we have it to the right, because we get +3 to our strike and basic and -3 to our key blast, and that's exactly where we want it for maximum power on this build. Now up for our QQ Bangs. This is just pretty much a standard striker QQ Bang. I did have some other options, but I wanted one that was pretty good in health, gives me more than enough key, more than enough stamina, +5 in stamina, and then +5 in both basic and strike attacks, and that is very important. You want maximum damage off of this build, but you also want to make sure you do have some key and some stamina, because when you're a striker, you're up in their face the whole time. You're going to need to be able to vanish. You're going to need to be able to block a lot of things and be able to take that damage. So this is why I chose this particular one. I will leave a link down in the description for my QQ Bang video where I got some of these QQ Bangs that are designed for strikers. Next, we need to talk about our Super Soul. And if you did watch my Super Saiyan God versus Super Saiyan Blue comparison, you'll know I threw out a whole bunch of Super Souls that could be used for both or either one. And this was one of my top ones. This is Cabba's Super Soul while Super Saiyan. This does activate for Super Saiyan God. Boost normal attacks XL, that is your basic attack. Boost the strength of melee attacks medium, that is our strike supers, our strike ultimates. So this is a very good one. But right here, I'm going to show you some other options in case you don't have this one. Some other things that maybe you would want to use and you may have right off of hand right now. Now, I did include some key auto recovery ones like you see right here because it also boosted normal attacks, and maybe that's something you want for your build. You know, mine is a template, and this is, you should be building off of what mine is, because there's probably a very small chance that you will get the exact QQ Bang that I have. So you're going to want to look for something similar, but you're going to want to gear it around your play style. So if you want that extra key regen, you know, I show you some Super Souls in here, and there are some other ones to use. So definitely look through what you have and find the one that's going to work best for you. While I am using that first one, Cabba's Super Soul, that may change in the future, and I may actually switch to one of these other ones because I haven't done a lot of testing with all of them. So in the future, I may be switching it up. This one right here is a good one in my opinion, especially for a basic attacker. And then also this Jiren one is kind of cool, so I threw this one in too. Next up, just a little sample move set. As you can see, I have all strike moves on here. Justice Rush is going to be kind of like a main go-to for me because I love the way this is, and also you can do an ultimate before the last hit and get that off, and to me that's pretty good. You know, I can link that super into an ultimate and get maximum damage after a combo because we are already doing some of the best basic attack in the game. I think actually the best basic attack. And so we want things to complement that with our strike supers and our strike ultimates. So this is what I set on. This isn't what you have to do. This is just a little sample for you guys. Now we're moving on to the stats. And based on my QQ Bang, this is what I came up with. 74 in health because I had it left over, and I didn't really have a use for extra ki or stamina. I don't want to go too high in the stamina department. So 74 in health, plus 9 in ki, and that brought me up to 6 bars, plus 42 in stamina to give me 1 more bar so that I have 8 bars, and then 125 in both basic and strike supers, because we have to max out the damage on that, because this build is geared towards around just basic attack and strike supers. So now that you know the whole build, do your best to try and replicate it. You're not going to get exactly like me. Maybe somebody's going to get lucky and get the exact same Super Soul and be able to build it exactly like I did. Probably not. But if you use that link in the description and check out those Striker QQ bangs, you should find something very close or something that fits your playstyle. Also, let us know down in the comments what kind of QQ bang you got out of that you're going to use on your male Saiyan strike build. Now it's time to show off this damage, and you're going to know that, man, Super Saiyan God with this setup does a ton of basic attack damage. This right here that I'm throwing off first is just the full square combo without the input timing. 6,480. Now, to put that in perspective, on my balance build when I did the Super Saiyan God test, I actually only got 4,861 on that. So a big increase on this build. 7,776 with the correct input timing. Guys, that's kind of insane. That is a ton of damage for that basic square combo. Right here, we're going to do it again without the timing, but we're going to hit off a Super God Fist. Almost 1 bar of damage for that one combo. Now, is this the most practical thing in PvP? Probably not. Also, is Super Saiyan God the most practical thing for PvP? Probably not. Especially if you are trying to fight some of the better fighters in the game. You're going to need that square triangle cancel, especially when somebody's blocking. That way you can move around faster. Not saying it's impossible to use, but it's definitely something that's going to be a lot harder to use for PvP, especially against the better players. Definitely very, very fun to use for PvE, though. As you can see right here, I'm testing out the 5 square into 3 triangle combo. 8,000 damage, over 8,000 damage with that input timing, man. It's insane what we are getting off of this. Full triangle combo, 7,440. That was without the input timing, so keep that in mind. This is again without it because for some reason I was not able to get this one off. Sometimes I can't help but do this combo, and then other times I never get the input timing on it for some reason. We doubled it up right there with a little Ki Blast cancel. You know, just to give you an idea of the damage you can get. That damage was insane on that. Like, that was a ton of damage for that one little combo. That will kill off somebody, you know, half of a health bar, or half of their whole entire health bar. So 1.5 bars just from that one combo. Right now we're pulling off that full square combo. And with the input timing, 8,448, just a little shy of 8,500. That is close to a bar of health off of 5 inputs, guys. So this definitely has the power. As you can see, it's there. We still have some cancels, especially Ki Blast cancels and like some chase downs and stuff like that. We don't have the square triangle anymore. I know a lot of people like that. When your opponent's blocking, it's a good thing to have so you can square triangle, you know, kind of break their guard down and dash around them because you can cancel it with a step dash. We don't have that, which doesn't make this as good for PvP, but definitely really good and really fun to use for PvE, parallel quests, anything like that. You're going to have a really good time with this transformation. I know I always do. Right here, you're seeing that triangle, square, triangle, into Justice Rush, into Dragon Fist. This is one of my favorite things to do. I love that they fixed Justice Rush, because if you remember from Xenoverse 1, for those of you that did play it, that was one of the most useless skills because it did nothing. Like, you couldn't combo into it. There was only like a certain way. I've seen a few people do it back then. Maybe they ended up fixing it. I don't believe they did. But in Xenoverse 2, definitely a viable move. Here we're doing the same combo, but finishing it off with Godly Display. As you can see, he gets to him right before he hits the ground. Even if he did hit the ground, it would still get to him, making it another awesome combo. 27,000 damage. That is enough to kill pretty much any character in the game. You know, aside from them overpowered ones that they sometimes, you know, put in to the parallel quests and stuff where you just don't do that damage. So still a lot of options. As you can see here, we're doing some combos, you know, not anything really fancy, but still a lot of options as far as combat goes, as far as pulling off those long combos and getting insane amounts of damage. it is definitely there for your character. But let me know what you guys think. What did you think of this build? Are you going to build something similar? If you already did, let us know down below what moves you're using too, what skills you like to use on your strike characters. And yeah, that is going to wrap this video up. If you do like the content I'm putting out, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video.